whatever. I told Tank. Tank know what's up. You know what I mean? He know what he up against when he fights Shakur or Keyshawn. You know what I mean? He want to fight these guys that everybody in the world know they ain't gonna give him no fight. They not.
Dennis Binnick just felt the power, and the boxing world is buzzing. But the loudest voice? Terence Crawford. As a close friend of Keen, Crawford didn't hold back, calling out Gervonta Davis on X. He told Tank to stop running and face Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis.
I was telling Bud, it's either you or Keyshawn's gonna get tanked, so the walls are closing in. So awesome.
It's gonna be him though.
It makes sense. He's closer.
Big brother first.
Absolutely.
Crawford's challenge has fans wondering, will Tank step up, or will he keep avoiding the toughest fights? The pressure is on. The boxing world is no stranger to call-outs, heated exchanges, and social media drama. But things have taken a sharp turn ever since Terence Crawford set his sights on Gervonta "Tank" Davis. The latest back and forth between these two has fans buzzing, questioning motives.
I was fighting before I had gloves on, you know what I'm saying? And, I've been in the ring with Tank twice already, sparring him, you know what I'm saying? And, if he wasn't the top dog and somebody else was the top dog, I'd be calling that person out. But since he's the top dog, I'm calling you.
And wondering if these verbal shots will actually lead to an in-ring showdown. It's no secret that Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis are close allies of Terence Crawford. Naturally, when Crawford took to X, formerly Twitter, to call out Tank, fans immediately saw it as an attempt to pressure Davis into fighting his gym mates. Crawford didn't hold back, telling Tank to stop being scared.
I would love to fight the face of boxing in the 135 division. I would love to fight light skin, but I just don't. You know who it is. I just think he don't got the balls to fight me. Our characters like.
And face Stevenson or Davis, clearly trying to hit where it hurts, Tank's pride. But let's be real. Does this feel like a genuine challenge, or just Crawford playing matchmaker for his friends? Many are leaning towards the latter. Keyshawn Davis, while a promising fighter, is nowhere near Tank's radar, and there's a good reason for that. His performances against Miguel Madueño and Nahir Albright were anything but spectacular.
Be a great fighter.
He's calling for Tank. Now
He beats Tank.
Yeah, you think so?
Keyshawn Davis beats Tank, in my opinion.
To make matters worse, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who dominated him in the amateurs and embarrassed him in the 2020 Olympics, still looms over his record. If Keyshawn can't even settle the score with Cruz, why would Tank waste his time? Tank didn't take long to fire back. In a sharp response on X, he dismissed Crawford's narrative of chasing greatness and instead accused him of chasing a big payday.
Keyshawn, this new guy, he's 140 pounds. He's not bad.
Yeah,
Keyshawn Davis. That's him.
That statement struck a nerve. Crawford has built an entire storyline around his move up 2 weight divisions to fight Canelo Alvarez, claiming it's all about legacy, but Tank sees right through that. To him, this isn't about proving dominance. It's about securing a massive payday, potentially in Saudi Arabia, where big money fights are becoming the norm. If legacy were really the goal, wouldn't Crawford first test himself at 168 before jumping straight to Canelo? His direct leap to the undisputed super middleweight champion makes it look more like a calculated money grab than a true challenge. After Tank's comments, Crawford escalated things further, throwing personal jabs that turned the trash talk into an all-out war.
Gotta ask him those type questions. Like at this point, like y'all can't ask me those questions. I'm not in a position to send him a contract. I'm not in a position to be like, yo, I'm fighting him this year. I'm not in that position yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop asking me those questions. All respect, you know what I'm saying?
No, you good.
And for every interviewer that's gonna watch this, don't ask me that question no more. Ask him that question. When are we gonna?
Tank, I've got bigger fish to fry. Grow some balls and fight Shakur Stevenson or Keyshawn Davis and stop being scared. That's probably why you ran your girl over and beat her ass, because you don't have any guts, as she knows it. That wasn't just a call out. That was a full-on personal attack. Bringing up Tank's past legal troubles and personal issues is the kind of move that takes beef from the ring to something much more personal. If Crawford thought this would pressure Tank into accepting a fight, he clearly doesn't understand Tank's mindset. All it did was throw gasoline on an already raging fire. One of the biggest points of debate is the stark contrast in pay-per-view success between the two fighters. Tank's last fight reportedly pulled in somewhere between 75,000 and 100,000 PPE buys, underwhelming numbers for someone considered one of boxing's top names. However, even with those figures, Tank remains a bigger draw than Crawford, who has never been a consistent pay-per-view star. Tank's name alone sells fights. His bouts guarantee knockout highlights, packed arenas, and electrifying finishes. Crawford, for all his skill, has struggled to capture mainstream attention in the same way. While Crawford is pushing hard for a fight between Tank and Shakur Stevenson, the reality is that it's not a great matchup from a business standpoint. Yes, Stevenson is undefeated, but he's also been repeatedly labeled as boring by fans and analysts alike. His defensive, calculated style doesn't excite the casual audience the way Tank's explosive knockouts do. Tank isn't just a fighter, he's a showman. Fans pay to see power, aggression, and finishes, and Stevenson's fighting style doesn't align with that. In short, Tank has no real incentive to take that fight, especially when bigger money fights are on the table. At this point, the Crawford versus Tank beef is more about social media fireworks than serious negotiations. Crawford is pushing for fights that benefit his friends, while Tank is standing firm, knowing he's the bigger attraction. The personal shots, the money talk, and the legacy debate all add fuel to the fire, but will it actually result in a fight? There's no denying it. If Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Terence "Bud" Crawford ever step into the ring together, it would be one of the biggest fights in boxing history. The sheer magnitude of such a clash would send shockwaves through the sport, and the build-up alone would be nothing short of legendary. Both fighters are known for their fiery personalities, their willingness to speak their minds, and their dominance inside the ring. A fight between them wouldn't just be about skill. It would be a battle of egos, legacies, and the fight to determine who truly sits atop the boxing world. Crawford, the undisputed welterweight champion, has already made it clear that he sees himself as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. His record, his achievements, and his move up in weight to chase Canelo Alvarez all back up his claim, but Tank sees things differently. In his eyes, Crawford is chasing a payday, not greatness. And that's where the rivalry gets personal. Tank, known for his knockout power and ability to sell out arenas, doesn't need to chase legacy fights for money. His name alone guarantees major pay-per-view buys. That's the core of their conflict. Crawford believes Tank needs to step up and fight the best, while Tank believes Crawford is just looking for a big payday before retirement. For now, their war of words is being fought on X, with both fighters taking shots at each other whenever the opportunity arises. Crawford has been relentless in calling out Tank, urging him to fight Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. But Tank doesn't see the point. Neither fighter, in his opinion, has done enough to deserve a fight with him. He sees Crawford's demands as nothing more than an attempt to boost his gym mates' careers at his expense. And then there are the personal jabs. Crawford recently took things to another level, bringing up Tank's past legal troubles in an attempt to get under his skin. But if history has shown us anything, it's that Tank doesn't respond to pressure. He thrives on it. Will this rivalry ever make it to the ring? Only time will tell. Until then, fans will have to settle for watching these two go at it online, where the punches might not be physical, but the damage is just as real.